Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, a very humble Papa Boris with his tail between his legs, is here playing some more Wizard of Legend. I'd honestly hope to beat at least the first council member boss in the first video and unlock a new signature spell, but I failed, so that didn't happen. Alright, now let's go ahead and jump into the market, see if there's anything good to buy, and then try another run. So we got the Sinister Ledger. This is an interesting relic. So this is one of those relics that kind of rewards you for not getting hit very much. Every kill that you get increases your damage by 1%, up to a maximum of 20%. So fully charged, this will deal 20% bonus damage, which is kind of incredible. However, anytime you take damage, you reduce the bonus by basically 0.5% of the damage taken, which means that if you just take a 40 damage hit, the maxed bonus is completely gone. So this is a really good one if you're not getting hit by anything, but if you're bad like me, it's not so great. Then we got the Ring of Reserves. This basically adds one charge to any Arcana that has charges. I'm not playing with any of those, so it's not super useful right now. And the Infinity Marble is the counterpart to the Rocket. What the Infinity Marble does is makes it so that when your signature meter fills up, it stays full until you want to use it. I'm going to check the Arcana first. So we have a Searing Rush, which is not a big deal. Don't care about it. Earth and Aegis puts up shields around you, and the shields damage enemies if you bump into them. They also block projectiles. Okay, so nothing super great here, or any relics I'm excited about. Let's just do another run with the Pocket Watch. And I got 32 Crystal Gems, which is kind of embarrassing, but I got them. And if I can beat the first boss, then that, at the very least, should give enough gems so that we could buy another robe, or so we can go on a little bit of a shopping spree and just work towards unlocking the Relic and Arcana pools. Early on, I'd like to, you know, actually buy Arcana and Relics that I want to use, or at least show off. But failing that, I will eventually start unlocking things. We'll just try to not suck as much. Okay, so here we happen to have the Ice level first, so the enemies here are different. And again, no floor is inherently harder than any other floor. It's a function. The difficulty is a function of whether that floor happened first or second. Now, there is like a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors thing going on with the elements in this game. So there's 5 different elements. There's the typical 4: fire, water, air, and earth. And then for some reason, lightning is not considered to be part of air. I don't know why. And then each one of them is strong to one and weak to another one. And since we're in the ice land, everything here is considered like an ice enemy. Fire is weak to ice. The way it works in this game is that water is strong against fire. And so, which kind of makes sense because water puts out fire, but you know, fire melts ice, but no. Fire is weak to ice, so my signature move is going to be weaker against these guys. And then if you use the same element, it's a little bit weaker. Not as much as the inferior element, so like when you attack a frost enemy with a frost spell, there will be a damage penalty. Not as big of a damage penalty as when you use fire, but still a damage penalty. So I do have sort of the wrong spells for this particular level. In a way, though, that is good, because it means that this level will not appear later. Now, Bolt Rail is a good basic. Wow, this is pretty crappy. So I can upgrade my Wind Slash, which I don't really care about because it's so bad. And then the Defenders, maybe I just don't understand them, but it like makes these 2 Chest Knights appear that do nothing. So I don't really get exactly what's going on there. I'm not a super big fan of that spell selection. We'll try the same thing I did last time, which is see if I can get some gold saved up on the first floor, and then buy a spell, hopefully from a better selection on the second floor. I mean, worst comes to worst, when you kill a council member, they always drop a spell. If you have not unlocked all of the signature arcana yet, they will drop a signature arcana, which will unlock it for you and give it to you for immediate use in that run. This is... okay, that was good. So my fireball happened to knock one of them into the pit. So these pits may be little, but you can knock things into them, which is nice. But yeah, a good rule of thumb, if you are bad, be slow. You know, take it slow, be safe, try to dodge things. Don't rush in and try to do things fast. It really makes a big difference. And also, I will mention again, breaking things, like breaking open containers, destroying all the furniture. It does make a difference, because that extra little bit of gold that you get here and another 3 gold you get there might allow you to buy that healing potion that you need at the right time. In my last run, perhaps I should have just sucked it up and bought a healing potion, but because of this penalty that each subsequent healing potion heals you for 5% less... Oh, that's not a guy, that's just a thing. You know, you're tempted to kind of not buy healing potions, so you really need them. All right, what that guy does is he buys your relics. If you drop a relic onto the floor, which you can just normally do, you can just press the F key to drop it on the floor, but if you do this in front of that guy, he will buy it from you. I don't know what his rates are. A lot of this game is undocumented, and the wiki is to many accounts incomplete. It just doesn't quite have a lot of these sort of, like, the wiki has all the spell descriptions and stuff, but like these sort of technical things, a lot of times it does not have them. So I don't know what the rate is. Maybe actually the wiki does have. I don't know. I'm just kind of making fun of the wiki or dismissing it, but they might have the information. I don't know. I just haven't looked. But anyway, yeah, the rate, whatever it is, ain't great. But if you get like a free relic, because let's say, for example, you get one as a drop from a boss, or sometimes you just find it in a challenge room or from a random enemy, then you might not want it if it's not doing anything for you, or if you just rather have more gold, you can sell it to that guy. So we might be back. I just didn't need to sell my pocket watch because I'm a big fan of it. Okay, so we just have not found yet the place that sells the relics, and it looks like that might be over here. So let's go ahead and teleport back to the middle. And then we'll head over here. Okay. And then see if I can push this guy into a pit. Alright, well, he died before I could push him into a pit. You're lucky, guy. You got to know an honorable death in combat, not fighting into oblivion endlessly. There is an invisible rogue over here. There he is. Or she. You know. Oh, come on! Alright, well, I'm still doing okay. I've only lost a little over 50 health. That's definitely fine. We'll make that back from the health pools at the end of the boss fight, if we somewhat ambitiously assume that I am going to win the boss fight without taking any damage. Alright, there's Mr. Relic. So we've got the matchstick, which just makes you do more damage with fire. The Svolin makes you take 25% chance, or 25% less fire damage. It's actually a very strong relic, because one of the bosses is a fire boss, so having, you're having the damage that you take from that boss drop by a quarter is pretty good. The rocket we've talked about, and then the Flak Gauntlet is kind of interesting one. What this allows you to do is actually destroy projectiles with melee basic arcana. And I think people who are better than me may make more use of that, but personally I'd rather just like dodge the projectiles instead of trying to destroy them. There were guys here. Did they fall into a pit? Did that happen? I'm just destroying things because I'm bad. Look, I got some extra gold there. See, it makes a difference. Or it might make a difference. I might have 164 gold if I hadn't broken those barrels. That's the pro play all day we're talking about. You do break stuff, by the way, for running into it. Oh, by running into it, I should say. Okay, these rooms, these melee guys, you do not want to get cornered by them, because they will... Oh my god, I can't even get a... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so that just happened. Yeah, so they did what I was talking about, which is that they cornered me, and then I got stun locked, and then they just chewed through all my health. That was great! Welcome to Wizard of Legend, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a case where maybe I should have tried to kill them a little bit faster. When they get all bunched up, you can attack them with your melee arcana, and essentially like stun lock the lot of them. And I should have tried to do that. Instead, I thought, well, let's just go for the kiting approach. But the problem is that I did not count on more enemies spawning, and then I got cornered. So now I am completely screwed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go big or go home. We're just going to fight this boss. And if I die, then I die. I could delay the inevitable here by going and buying a healing potion. But I'm not going to do that. This counter rogue, being a melee guy, like I talked about before. Oh, come on! He can surprise you, and he does this annoying thing. First of all, he walks fast, so if you do try to kite him, you have to dash a lot to actually like get away from him. I'm dead. Okay. Well, you know, how long was that video? What was that? What were we doing here? That was less than 10 minutes. Let's just start another run. Let's see if we can do a little bit better next time. So I haven't unlocked any Arcana, and I got a grand total of like 3 gems that run, so it's not a whole lot for me to do there. What do we got here? Seismic Entry, I like that one, actually. What this does is it kind of jumps you into a pile of enemies and stuns them all. It can be also used for movement. I don't know if I want to use that right now, because it's good to pair it with something that can actually, like, do damage near you. Stalwart Defenders is pretty crappy. We got Vampire Eyeglasses. These heal you every time you do a critical hit. And let's see, Lay's Drum is something weird. It basically shocks enemies that are close to you when you take damage, and that effect has a cooldown that's quite a long time. Mystic Monopole makes you push enemies more with things that push. And then over here we have the Phoenix Talon, which gives you a % chance to burn enemies. Alright, let's just for variety's sake... Ooh, hang on a second. Thundering Chain. Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and switch things out. So, we'll do Thundering Chain. I'm gonna actually not use the Seismic Entry until we find like a Nova type of spell to pair it with, but I'm gonna go ahead and get in there with Thundering Chain. I enjoy that spell quite a bit. It's a good one because it is very long range and it doesn't stop at the first enemy it hits. Obviously there's a little bit of a damage penalty there, but it's a little bit, I mean, it doesn't spray in a cone the way that the Frost Fan does, but it does hit things in a line, so you can hit a more concentrated selection of enemies. Alright, I'm going to try to use my basic attack here to practice my basic attack mechanics, because clearly I needed them in that embarrassing last run. You want to make sure that you're kind of aggressive when you are fighting things with your basic attack. Don't hang back, push forward, so that you can start the next chain attacking them before they have a chance to attack you. This is a pretty weird guy. So here for our special merchant, we get the Doctor. The way the Doctor works is he or she or it takes one of your Arcana away from you, gives you a little bit of healing, and also gives you one of, I think, 4 special relics that are all healing related and that only she can give. You cannot get them any other way. You don't get to choose which relic you get. It's just chosen at random. The thing is, that's really good if you get her or him or it later in the game, when you might have Arcana in your stock that you don't mind getting rid of. But early in the game, it's pretty bad, because what's going to happen is I'm going to lose my Thundering Chain and then just only have my basic attack and my signature to work with, which kind of sucks. If, however, like I found 2 more spells and a 3rd spell, which is in my stock, then like if I lose one of the 3 spells, I can always put the stock spell back in and then I'm just totally fine. Note that whenever you have anything in this game... Okay, this is great. That's good. Fantastic. Lovely. Okay, good. In this game, whenever there's an effect that... Oh, there's a blob in here. Whenever there's a blob... Or not a blob. Whenever there's... What am I talking about? Whenever there's a blob. Whenever the... Ooh, what's that? Is that some kind of a... Yeah, it's the Flat Gauntlet. There it is. Destroy enemy projectiles with melee Arcana. I'm probably going to do that. I'll say maybe, let's give or take 0 times. Give or take 0, I think I'll be able to do that. Anyway, whenever you meet a shopkeeper who will take one of your Arcana at random, they never take your basic Arcana, because you always have to have a basic Arcana, and they never take your Dash Arcana either, I don't think, because you can't have spares of those. And they never take your signature because you're locked into your signature for the duration of the run. So they only ever really take your standard Arcana, or I guess a signature Arcana that's occupying your standard slot. But this Fireball, like, they are never ever going to take it away. So at the beginning of the game, if you meet a merchant who will take a random Arcana, you might think, oh, I could lose anything. No, you're actually guaranteed to lose the standard spell, or I should say more precisely, the spell that you put into your standard slot. Okay, let's get that in there. So I don't mind Frost Fan, and I've had some fun with like playing nothing but fans, like using lots of fan Arcana, but when you just have the one, it's a little bit annoying because it can hit something, but it doesn't necessarily hit a lot of things. And I like really that Thundering Chain keeps going, so it can hit enemies behind the one that you're primarily interested in hitting. Okay, so we are following our own advice here. If you're bad, be slow. Making sure that we play this very cautiously. I haven't taken any damage yet. I'm sure that'll change shortly. Those little guys shoot very slow-moving projectiles, but they can catch you off guard, so be a little bit careful. They usually die to one hit of any moderately sized standard Arcana. Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Some melee and some range. Okay. Notice that, like, stunned everybody for a little while, which is great. You know, if you're playing aggressively, that gives you a chance to swoop in, start doing some basic bitch Arcana action. If you are playing more passively, it gives you more of a chance to run away. Is this going to be another challenge rune? Oh, I hear the clicking of the... Okay, my nemesis. Yeah, I am sort of happy, and I know this is like me trying to, like, rationalize just being horrible and embarrassing myself on camera, but I am sort of happy that I got wrecked in the last run the way that I did, just because... Goes to show, you know, when you see someone who's good, you don't really realize how dangerous those guys are. So by sucking, I'm actually preparing you for this game, so you don't underestimate those guys that just wander around and whack you. Okie dokie. So we got some more relics here. All right, which one is this? The Relic Rewards card gives you a gold discount on all the relics that you buy. Mercury Sandals just makes you faster. The Infinity Marble we've talked about. And then the Mirror Shield is kind of interesting. So what the Mirror Shield does is it gives you a shield that will reflect one projectile, and it takes 18 seconds to respawn after breaking the projectile. Not to be confused with the Idealist's Mirror, which is totally different. This one is not bad. I just don't know if I want to spend 150 gold on it. At the very least, I want to find the spell shop first and see if I'd rather spend my money on a spell on this floor. There are a lot of spells in this game, and, well, in all my last few runs, I haven't really found anything I particularly was jazzed about. But we'll see. It's always worth checking. If you hear me right-clicking, don't do that. That's okay. Yeah, don't just like press a button hoping that the spell will come off cooldown before the enemy hits you, because what'll you? Oh, Jesus Christ. Notice that I took 24 damage instead of 25. That is because I'm wearing a cloak that gives me +1 defense. Ooh, selections mattering. Okay, what do we got here? We got this Mag Sphere. I don't like it. Searing Chain, which I don't like. Fueled Berserk is... okay, so this is a very popular spell. What it does is it just, like, makes your basic Arcana really, really, really good for a short time. All right, we'll just get it. It's good. Obviously, it's completely at odds with my current setup, which are both long-range spells, but on the plus side, it, you know, does give me some options. So, like, if I can do my usual careful kiting thing, I will do that. Otherwise, I will just turn on my Fueled Berserk and beat some bitches. Okay, unfortunately, we did not find the boss, which means I actually had to walk all the way back instead of just being able to teleport. Okay, so we're back in the middle. Looks like there's some stuff over here I'd need to check out. No, okay. Ah, there's the boss. All right, we're at 99%, that's good enough. Don't need to buy healing potion, let's hope this isn't a total disaster. Crash Knight, all right. Okay, so we saw that this guy, you know, if you're careful. Oh god. If you're careful, you can do a pretty decent job. The mages and the rogues, well, the rogue is not exactly... The rogue walks faster than this guy, and every once in a while the rogue will turn invisible. Ow, shoot. I messed up. Okay, here's Fueled Berserk, by the way. So, yeah. See, it's just all I did was make me be bad and get hit. It's not the ability's fault that I'm bad, but anyway, I was gonna say some of the mages get a little bit bullet helly in the boss fights. Okay, so you can see that even though I didn't get hit that much in this level, and even though I got some health packs from killing the boss, like I'm still a little bit low on the health. Okay, let me take a quick look at the Arcana. Or not the Arcana, the relics. I mean, I could buy the Relic Rewards card and not get any of these relics, but make future relics cheaper. I could get the sandals because movement speed isn't bad. Or I could just save it and hope there's a better relic on the next floor. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the sandals. So again, these just give you a movement speed boost, and that's fine if you are going for a primarily long-range focused strategy like I am. Okay, so still trying to do something that I really hoped I'd be able to do in the first video, which is kill the dang boss. Well, I guess this is only the second video, but it is my third run, because the first run of this video was comedically terrible. So yes, I'd like to beat the boss. Ah, here we go, I got some more relics. Alright, so this increases your water damage, this one gives you more gold, the reserves we talked about gives you more charges, and then we got this Three Gorges Bulwark thing, which is a bit of a weird relic. So it reduces water damage taken by 25%. Now that's interesting because we are going to fight the water boss. 175 gold is a lot for something that's not going to matter after this floor, and because the water boss is coming up first, you know, it's sort of a waste. Like, if the water boss were third, which would be the water boss... Oh my god. Which would be the... Jesus Christ. Which would be the water boss at her hardest, then that would maybe make more value, or more sense. I don't know. I didn't take any damage in that, but I guess Fueled Berserk did its job. So you can see here, you can attack very, very quickly while the Berserk is active. Oh, you know, that's a pretty good purchase. Actually, let me check something. Can I hold the mouse button down? No, you have to keep pressing the mouse button. There are some basic attacks that you can actually hold the mouse button down, some of the electricity-based ones. You can just hold the mouse button down, and I like those, because I don't like clicking that much. I imagine if you're playing this with a controller, I am, for the record, on a keyboard, having to spam a button doesn't really matter as much. And if this looks lame, my defense is I'm terrible, and I'm sure that if I didn't do this, I would take damage fighting those guys. Okay, I don't know if I can get to that archer, so we'll just do this one the honest way. Off you go, then. Okay, a little bit of a platforming test here. Make sure you don't fall off by dashing too far. Alright, you can actually let the guys shoot those barrels themselves, and sometimes they'll actually kill themselves with those barrels. Or knock themselves off the edge, which is always a good time. Is there someone back there? Is there anything back here? No, okay. Okay. By the way, falling to your doom, you take 25 damage, or 24 if you're wearing the awesome cloak that I am, and then you respawn at the ledge you fell off at, which is always adding insult to injury, because it's like, can you at least respawn me on the other side that I was trying to get to? No, you gotta try again. Alright, this is the Dressmaster, so you can pay her, him, or it 100 gold, and he, she, or it will enhance the properties of your cloak. So this cloak, for example, gives us bonus health. Ooh, eek. Alright, let's just see if Fueled Berserk will work here. Eek! Yeah, so you can improve the qualities of your cloak. So because my cloak gives me bonus health and defense, it will give more bonus health and more defense. Oh no, I'm out of here! Bonus health and more defense if I pay the dressmaker 100 gold. The only problem is that for some reason, I guess the designers thought that 100 gold was too cheap, and making it too expensive would be overbalancing it or something. But when you get that, oh, this is going to be a challenge room. When you friggin' dinging. So, oh my God, you've got to begin me. Unbelievable. So yeah, in these sorts of situations, you should really be aggressive with your basic attacks instead of trying to run around like a dingleberry. Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, when you pay the dress person, you take a bunch of damage for your trouble in addition to the 100 gold, and that obviously is good if you happen to have a lot of health, if you are good at the game and don't care how much health you have, or if you are playing with like one of those builds using the vampire's goggles that you know, you heal over time. But as I am none of those things, none of the above, I will not spring for that dress right away. I'd like to at least see what Arcana is or are for sale. Maybe I will get something. Another long-range spell wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Because Field Berserk has been kind of nice, but that's not going to work. But it'd be nice to have one more shot that I can fire in a situation like this when I'm kiting enemies, or more crucially, trying to kill a boss. Because, you know, with the bosses, as we'll maybe someday see, bosses do a bunch of attacks during which it's very dangerous to try to attack them. If you're not good, you'll just end up getting hit and taking a bunch of damage. So you want to wait for the boss to give you an opening, and then during the opening you want to unload as much as possible. Oh god, really? What do I need to do? Go there? Oh, you know what? Instead of risking those jumps, they're easy. I'm just bad, you have to understand. I'm just gonna teleport like this, and then we'll check out this area. These nether regions. There's the Arcana. Okay. So we got Wind Flurry, which I don't like. What this does is it shoots this like burst of wind, and there's two of them, and they each do crap damage. So you have to press the button twice for nothing. Grasping Earth is an interesting one. It's an AoE Earth attack. And then Earth Knuckles Basics is okay. Firewall, you draw a line of fire. It's kind of strange. I'm not exactly sure how to use it effectively. Okay, so maybe what I'm going to do is, just because it's maybe not the smartest thing in the world, but because I really want to beat the first boss, well, first of all, let's finish exploring. I think there's like a little bit over here to the right. It can't be much because we're at 95%. One more room? Is that a trap room? This looks like an encounter room, yeah. I might regret this. Yeah! Oh, the hit. Okay. I'm gonna go and get outfitted for a dress. And after I do that... Oh, I didn't break... Those are breakable, huh? So I'm 413 and it goes down to 288, so you can see it actually does over 100 damage. Now I'm going to go back to the relic store and purchase the healing potion. Now this, you know, has some drawbacks, because now subsequent healing potions that I buy are going to heal me for less. Oh my god, this is just ridiculous. Okay, these burst mages. If you're good at bullet hell games, then you might not mind this sort of a thing. Okay. But I am not as good at that stuff, so it's a little bit tricky. Oh god, oh jeez, okay. Alright, I really want to kill that sideshow Bob. Can you just die? Can you just please die? Alright, so he died. That's good. See how much healing we get. Not bad, not bad at all. We've explored everything. There's nothing I want to buy. Let's go ahead and teleport onwards and fight our first boss, finally! Okay, so at the beginning of each boss fight, you do get a thing with 3 orbs that heal you for 25 hit points. Wait, really 25? Uh-oh. Wait, 575. Oh, right, because I got the dress. Huh, shoot, I thought those health orbs healed you for a fraction of your max HP, which means my introductory video was wrong again if those just did a flat 25. Whoops. Anyway, so you get some healing at the beginning of the fight. And then you fight a boss. Now, the single biggest difference maker I've ever learned for this game that like helped me turn these boss fights around from like being absolutely impossible to actually being doable is realizing that the first boss will do 3 attacks before giving you an opening to attack. So there's 1, there's 2, and then 3. And then now you know for a fact that you can just wail on the boss until she snaps out of it. And then it's going to be 1, 2. Oh, yeah, that was good. 3. Now, the second boss will do 4. The third boss will do... Oh, God, this is the worst one. I always get hit by this one. Oh, my God, I didn't get hit by the... Oh, I got hit by it at the end, because I got so excited about the fact that I didn't get hit by it that I got hit by it. So there's 1. Ooh, hang on, I got my signature up. 2. And 3. What? That seemed a little bit soon. Maybe I guess it took longer there. So that was 1, 2... Okay, wow, I'm clearly bad at counting. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3? That's actually a nice one. The reason that I found that so helpful is that bosses have lots of different attacks they use, and they don't do them in any set order. It's random. So you don't know, like, oh, after she swings the sword, like, she'll be available to be hit. You have to kind of just see it, and it's tough to see it while you're also worried about, like, dodging the attack. But knowing that it's going to be 3 every time makes it much easier. Okay, what do we get? Spiraling Typhoon. Not my favorite. It's a very short-range thing. If you actually hit an enemy with it, then, like, it kind of, the Typhoon sort of chains off of the enemy and hits other enemies. So not my favorite thing. It's a short-range attack, and I think short-range attacks should be really good, and some of my favorite attacks in this game are short-range attacks, but that one I'm just not a super big fan of. Doesn't mean it's bad! Anytime I say that I'm not a fan of something in this game, I'd like you to take that at completely face value. It just means I'm not a fan of it. Does not mean that it is... What the hell is that? Does not mean that it is bad. I did not even realize there were people up there. Oops, I accidentally used... Oh my god! I almost got hit because the Spiraling Typhoon kept me in place. So I got a weird lineup here. I started out with 2 long-range spells, and then I ended up picking up 2 rather short-range spells, which can be good. It's not bad. I prefer a 3-to-1 split, personally, where you have 2 spells that are in one vein, and then... Or sorry, 3 spells that are in one vein, and then 1 that is in the opposite vein as like a backup kind of a plan. But I'll take it. Note that those summoner guys, they summon things, and all the things they summon die when they die, so you can kind of ignore the little purple orbs. Oh, that was good. You can ignore those purple orbs. Oh my god, did that guy teleport? Where is he? They're invisible. Oh, come on! I'm gonna go berserk on this guy, because he made me mad! Okay, so... As I was saying, yeah, so if you kill the summoner, all the things that they summon die, so you don't have to worry about all the little purple orb things. So you'll notice that enemies are a little bit tougher. They're dashing at me now. Oh yeah, look at that epic ability. Woo! Really don't like that one. And the teleporting mages are a very well-designed enemy. It's so simple, yet so effective. It catches you off guard. Ah! Okay, almost got his attack off. That time again. Okay. Oh, that was a pit? Didn't even see the pit there. Oh, nothing. Oh, there was some gold there. Gold in them thar anvils. Okay. So, here we find our Arcana shop. Okay. So there's some good stuff here, kind of stuff I would have liked to find earlier. I really like Bouncing Surge. It's a good long-range attack. Shock Assault we've seen, and it's enhanced, which is obviously very tempting. It would definitely be a better short-range attack than this Spiraling Typhoon, at least for my playstyle. But I'm not going to buy it just yet. What I'm going to do is wait until I see what is available for sale in the Relic shop, just to play it safe. I mean, you could argue that the health that I might lose without the stuff that I might buy there could make a difference, and that's ultimately really the only thing that matters in this game is your health. Like, it doesn't really matter if you go through something more slowly, at least mechanically speaking, as long as you don't lose any health doing it. That's all that matters. So everything that you buy, the only function ultimately that it can serve that makes any difference is saving you health. If you can kill something without losing health, as opposed to with losing, oh no, then that's all that really matters. Are you gonna come across here, bud? Thank you very much. Oh, whoa, that was a heck of a move. Ah. Ah. Yeah, oh, look at that. Spiral his Typhoon, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know what I mean by that. That's kind of a nonsensical statement. So yes, I don't know if my rambling about health made any sense whatsoever, but the point is that if I would have avoided some damage... God, I hate how that thing locks you into place. If I would have avoided some damage by buying an Arcana that's better than the Arcana that I have now, then it was a mistake for me not to buy it. But... oh, those fire shields are tricky. Jeez. This guy, like, the guy looks like a warrior, but he was definitely a warrior mage. He did some stuff. I gotta admit, Spiraling Typhoon is fun if there's exactly one enemy that you're fighting and no one else is around. Oh, and of course if the enemy isn't a boss, because bosses, apart from being stunned the way that they do when you hit them, can't actually be crowd control. So yeah, under a ridiculous number of circumstances, Spiraling Typhoon is kind of fun. No! Okay. How does it work on you? Oh, I can't tell because it killed you too fast. Okay. There's another melee guy, whom, as we know by now, we shall not underestimate. It's not a bad idea to blow up those barrels, because sometimes if you get a dash that can do damage, and you dash around a barrel, it'll blow up doing damage, so it's just nice as a prophylactic gesture to blow up the barrels when you have a spare moment, so that you cannot possibly, under any circumstances, accidentally damage yourself with the barrel later. Should I take a portal back? At this point, it's probably equidistant. But yes, I'd like to see what is available for sale in the relic shop, because maybe that's where I would rather spend my gold. We're about to have a trap room here. Okay! Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and trap myself if you don't mind. Okay, we're gonna flame berserk. Oh, jump off the edge. So that my ability runs off. Oh, that was actually okay. That was pretty effective. Got them all in my Spiraling Typhoon. Oh, another one. Oh god. Oh, I'm not prepared for this. Okay. Wow, man, I just might start to enjoy that Spiraling Typhoon. Okay, well, I guess maybe I just won't buy an Arcana then if I'm starting to convince myself that for big, when you have like a big mass, big clump of melee guys that's preparing to end you, it's sort of nice that you can just grab them all up in a bunch of winds and push them away. Okay, got the Noxious Dapper Cap. What this does is it gives you a chance to poison enemies whenever you hit them. I don't like the on-hit effects. Laser Drum we talked about. I'm gonna grab this Pendulum for sure. It reduces cooldowns, so now I have very low cooldowns. And we're at what, 96%? Is there anything obvious that I missed? Yes, actually, one of the pathways out of the middle. Might as well pick around here, see if there's anything cool. All right, there's the Special Merchant. Of course, I definitely would have wanted to see this. This is the guy who can buy your relics. Now, on this particular run, we have not found any free relics. Every single... Oh, the Flat Gauntlet. You know what? F it. Let's sell you the Flat Gauntlet. How much do I get? 297 for 357. So you gave me 60 gold? It's not bad. I mean, it's way less than the purchase price, but it's not bad. And you know what? Okay, Typhoon is fun, but we're just gonna go ahead here and get something that I know I like. Let's get some Bouncing Surge. Okay, so Bouncing Surge shoots a bolt in a straight line, and when it hits an enemy, it doesn't just hit that enemy, it also hits enemies around it. Okay! I think my favorite element, oh my god, in this game is lightning. I don't know if that's generally true, like I don't know if I'm like always a, you know, lightning fan. But in this game I just like a lot of things about the lightning stuff. One is that the lightning element it has a lot of redundancy. There are a lot of lightning spells that are like go in a straight line and do good stuff, which I don't mind. I think they all feel different enough just because of their mechanics, but it allows you to potentially have a run with a lot of spells that do the same thing. And then if you happen to find any of the other lightning spells during the run that do the same thing, that gives you even more redundancy, which can be good, so that you can have a really focused strategy. And I like that a lot of the times the lightning spells, I mean, maybe it's just that they feel really visceral. They like, you can kind of see the impact, you see the lightning coming across, it stands in contrast to everything else. A good opposite would be poison spells in this game. Like, I'm sure they're fine, but they just don't look impressive or feel very impressive. Earth spells sometimes have that problem as well, so that could just be like a purely aesthetic thing, psychological as opposed to actually mechanical. But I'm very happy that we found this Bouncing Blade, and I think that that really is just helpful to have like one extra spell one extra cooldown that I have. And because I have 2 cooldown reduction... Oh no! I stupided myself into unnecessary damage. Because I have 2 cooldown reduction items, one of which comes with a drawback, so its cooldown bonus is significant. By the time I like run around, dodge some bitches, use up my abilities, a lot of times the cooldowns are back up and I can go through my cycle again. Okay, we got the Abhorrent Cologne. It's a double-edged item that I'm not a particularly big fan of. So it reduces enemy health by 20%, but it also increases their damage by 30%. Again, I'm not a big fan of things that are double-edged in the sense of they make you take damage. Tiny Crocodile Heart cuts your health in half, but it increases your maximum health for each enemy that you kill up to a limit. The problem is it doesn't heal you, it just increases your cap up here, but doesn't actually heal you. So it's a very, very good item if you have the vampire goggles or any other kind of vampire effect, because if you have some way built in to heal, then you can potentially, actually, if you play very well and don't get hit, get a really, really big health boost for the bosses, but that's not me. And then we have, finally, the Double Toil. What this does is it cuts your cooldowns in half, but you take double damage. Again, if you're a really good player, that's like an amazing item that's just like no drawback, because, you know, if you have cooldowns cut in half, that's absolutely crazy. And if you're not getting hit, then it doesn't make any difference that you would take double damage from a hit. But I am clearly getting hit a fair bit, so I'm not going to take something like that. Okay, we got some archers. I turned on my Fury thing, and then I proceeded to miss with my Bouncing Blade, and I proceeded to get hit by an arrow. God, these guys will not die. Can you please end my suffering? Alright, I think... Fall in the pit! Yes! Oh my god, how much does that... How much does that thing fly? Jesus! Unbelievable. Okay. Oh, we have a thing. The Gaia's Shovel, not super helpful. It increases earth damage. I have 0 earth spells at yonder moment. So, yeah, that won't be very good. And the guy who buys relics was on the previous floor. Now, I don't know if you can get the same special person twice. You can get the guy who sells cursed relics twice. That's a fact. You can definitely get him more than once. But I don't know if, like, the one, you know, like the doctor or the... Oh, you just teleported on top of me, fair sir, maiden thing. Can you fall into a pit, please? Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't know if other than the cursed relic peddler, if it's possible. Ooh, a health orb. If it's possible to get the same guy twice. So I don't think I will have another opportunity to sell relics. What the heckity-deckity-do? Alright, I'm gonna do a quick switch here. I just press Q a little bit more often than E, so why don't we try switching? Which I know is gonna have the effect of messing me up because I'm used to it being E, and then I am going to fail and die. But we're still gonna try it. Keep my brain on its toes, so to speak. Is this a shop? No, that is most definitely not a shop. Can I hit you a little? Oh! A good rule of thumb in this game is if you see an enemy, like, wind up, you should already not be there. I mean, you can see that in that case I did manage to duck away in time, but, like, your attitude should be, I should have dodged away yesterday. Because one of the problems I had, I'm like, oh, the guy's rearing up. Let me go ahead and get a little attack in here, and then I'm going to dash away. And then it's like, nope, you're taking the damage from that because you did not dash away when you should have. Okay, we have got the Glove of Midas, which gives you gold gain, this Freezing Sprite, which freezes things, Infinity Marble, which makes it so that if the charge meter fills up, it stays full, and then the Analytical Monocle, and that's the guy that increases your critical hit chance. I think I'm just going to grab the Monocle, because I've already got all the spells that I want. Increasing critical chance is basically a way of increasing damage, and that's pretty good. If it was the Surefire Rocket, instead of the... Okay. Instead of the Infinity Marble, I might have considered it. Oh, come on! I might have considered it, but for the Infinity Marble to work, I have to fill up my charge meter, which, because of the relic I began the run with, Tozy's Pocket Watch, might very well never happen. Okay. You, sir. Oh! I didn't see that! There's like a projectile slowly coming my way. And then I didn't notice it, and then it hit me, and then it pushed me into the fire. So if that kind of stuff keeps happening, I am gonna have to buy the healing potion from the Arcane Relic Merchant. Yeah, I mean, I can actually buy a potion already and it will not fill me up. The thing is that when you kill a boss, you get health, and then we are on level 2-2, so we're gonna go fight the council member right after this, and at the beginning of that process, you get health again. So sometimes if you buy a healing potion, you actually end up... Oh yeah, look at that. Pinball. You actually end up wasting a little bit of your gold, because you would have healed up to full or mostly to full anyways. What am I missing here? Oh, actually, I'm going in the right direction. So that's why I tend to be somewhat conservative with buying the health potions. That being said, if it's your first time playing and you're about as bad as I am, it's not necessarily... Oh, come on. It's not necessarily a bad idea to just buy health potions and be like, okay, if I wasted my money, I wasted the money. But it's better to waste my money than to die. Just because when you're starting out, you know, killing a boss is so valuable. It unlocks a signature arcana, which not only gives you a free extra spell that you can play with and some more variety, but the signature arcana are otherwise very expensive to unlock. So it's a big part of your progress in the game. Alright, so there's the arcana shop. Let me blow everything up and then see what we got. We got Cyclone Boomerang, which is not bad, and it is enhanced. I might prefer that over the Berserk, but it's nice to have the Berserk move just as in case. Cartus Prime is not bad. What this does is it has ice rings floating around you that damage enemies, and then we talked about those. I don't like either one. What I'm gonna do, I think, here is, yeah, let's just keep going into the teleporters over and over. I'm just gonna keep it safe. I'm gonna buy this healing potion even though it fills me up. So if I take no damage from this fight, both the healing orbs that the Burst Mage drops and any orbs I get at the beginning of the council member fight will be wasted. This is very good encounter design. It's amazing how tricky it is when the boss releases a burst of enemies, or a burst of projectiles, and then teleports and then releases another burst. It's like just mind-bending enough. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, yes. No, I almost did it without getting hit. That it's difficult to dodge, or at least not totally. Oh, I missed. Not totally trivial. One other thing I like about a lot of the lightning spells is they go through projectiles. Like this fireball here does not go through projectiles. If it hits a projectile, it'll blow up on the projectile. But the lightning stuff often goes through projectiles, so you can still hit the thing that shot the shot. Okay, I guess I could have actually gone back and bought a spell, but I don't mind the Berserk thing. It is nice to have one sort of melee-ish move. And you cannot go back and get these after the fight, unfortunately. Okay, now we're on the second mage, or second council member, so she's going to do 4 attacks before giving me an opening. It's not that the fire person does 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ice person does 3. Again, it's the fact that she is second. If she'd been first, she would have done 3, and the ice person would have done 4. All right, there's 3, and then that's 4. Just trying to get as much as I can, and that's 1, 2, 3, and the signature. You can get lucky and not get hit, like I did there. Wait, what? Wait a minute! Lady, where was my opening? That was totally unfair. Maybe there's just something undocumented. Maybe after they do a signature, they don't give you as much of an opening. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this may look somewhat easy, but believe you me, I died. Oh, come on. You already did this. Seen it. Yeah, there's no break. If the signature is the last one, she just gets right into it. That's 2, I think this is 3, and that's 4. Could this be the end? Going berserk, come on! Nope, I got hit because I'm bad. You got to be really careful when the boss is down to like that last sliver of health. You just want to try to finish him off, and then you just end up taking more damage. See, I wouldn't mind being able to go back here and pick up those health orbs, but no such luck. Okay, what did we unlock? We got Shattering Strike. Not my favorite one, if I'm being totally honest with you. Shattering Strike does this. You drop a boulder and then you explode it, so it's kind of an AoE, but there's a significant delay. There's this animation where you put the boulder down and then you shake it. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and grab the Spiraling Typhoon. Well, realistically, I do like the Fueled Berserk, and I guess it doesn't matter what sits in my stock, so we'll just take it, just so we can have it. It'll be like our trophy from the Flame Boss. So anyway, yeah, I got wrecked by the bosses many times, and I cannot stress this enough. Like, if you're having trouble with the boss, that's the single biggest difference maker that I ever learned about this game, is just realizing how many attacks they do before they give you an opening. Because if you guess, like, oh, I think they're about time to give me an opening, it's getting to be about that time, and you're wrong, then you end up taking a bunch of damage. But once you know how to count it right, it's a whole different story. Okay, so we are on the Earth map now, and stuff here is going to be pretty difficult. Enemies are going to do some pretty rad magic moves, and again, it's not because the Earth place is harder than the other places. It is only because this is the place that happened to be third. Oh my god, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Oh, come on, people! I need it! I should have just ran up and around, so that was bad decision making on my part. Or maybe I should have used Fuel Berserk and, you know, just tried to kill him. But instead, I took a metric ass ton of damage. Oh, you're still... Oh, I actually got hit by that. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it was a good run. It wasn't bad. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to try to get as far as I can. So I'm looking for... Okay, wow. Yeah, see, those guys, they wouldn't have done that back in the olden times. I'll tell you that much. Oh, I love these guys, the guys in the purple suits, dressed like Johns. Or, no, the pimps, right? The Johns are the customers. Oh, anyway, that is me jumping into a pit. Anyway. Oh, he changed his fist direction. Which sounds like an advanced technique of some kind. But let's just go back to kiting. So yes, my hope is I can find the relic shop. And after fighting the relic shop, I'm going to buy the healing potion. And then I'm going to go fight the boss. And then I will finish the level if I'm still alive after that. But that is the current state of the union. Okay. Okay, this could be difficult. That. It's even more difficult if you could dodge, but decide not to dodge. That is one of the easiest ways. If you want to make this game challenging, because like, it just seems like it's too easy, just those moments when you think to yourself, oh, I should dodge, just don't. And the game is going to be a lot harder. It's a pretty significant handicap. Oh my god. Oh god, I wasn't ready for this. Okay, let's try Fueled Berserk. Can I get you guys all in my Cone of Fury? I actually did. Wow, that was fun. I pressed the wrong button. Oh no. Okay. Now these blobs are not that big of a deal, but they do break up into smaller blobs, and you kind of have to be careful because sometimes if you're just not watching, the blobs will just walk into you and damage you. They're not as threatening as those like shadow guys that walk real slow and that murderate you. But you know, every bit of damage in this game is more or less permanent. So, oh god, I can't. Whoa. I wanted to use my signature to knock him off. But it was on cooldown, so nothing happened. And then he gave me a nice little earlobe shave with his lance. And I managed not to take any damage there. And by I managed, what I really should be saying is somehow I didn't take damage there, or I shouldn't even say that. I should say somehow damage was not dealt to me, because I don't think I had to take any credit for that. Okay, this is not the this is not the scariest room, he says. Probably before taking some. I see these guys have more health now. I was expecting them to die with one hit, but they did not oblige me. I should note the fact that I have 575 health is definitely not trivial, and that is because I chose to spend my... Oh, I shot the thing into a wall. Oh, not round two. God, I never see it coming. I'm just always like a helpless rabbit. I'm just so unprepared for... I'm like, finally, I killed all the things that spawned. Therefore, no more things will be spawning. And then when more things spawn, I'm like, no, I did not, my training did not prepare me for this. So anyway, if I had not spent my starting gems on this cloak, I would only be at 500 health, which means that right now I'd have like 75 hit points instead of 157, which is kind of a big difference. This guy, you can give him an Arcana, and then he'll shuffle his hand, and you can take a random Arcana from his hand. But you can't choose which Arcana to give him, so I don't like using him. Alright, the combo gloves make it so that your basic attack chains go an extra time. Mirror Shield we have seen. Raspberry Cookie Box makes you drop more health orbs, which I'm actually just going to go ahead and grab. I've tried it before, and it doesn't really seem to have much of an effect. Oh yeah, this Dapper Cap adds a chance to poison foes. It doesn't seem to really activate all that often, but if there is some non-zero chance of me getting more health orbs, I guess I'd better take it. And I got some gold there, which is nice. So we can actually upgrade the Thundering Chain without really considering this stuff too much. Let's go ahead and do that, because I do use the Thundering Chain quite a bit. So those shops ended up being in pretty close proximity, which means that I basically ended up exploring the whole level before fighting the boss anyway. I guess I might as well check out this last little sliver up here. Sure. Whoa, that was fast. That just zoomed on by. Let's go berserk here. Wrap this up. Okay, and then I just need to make my way to any kind of a teleporter. Or where am I? Oh, it's to the left of me? Okay. So we're gonna go here, and let's take a crack at the boss. Okay, the Archer is one of my favorite ones, which means I'm probably gonna like take a whole bunch of damage and die. Generally, the Archer doesn't do a whole lot of surprise attacks. The attacks are fairly well telegraphed, and there aren't a lot of like really like difficult to dodge things. As long as you're willing to dash as soon as you see the red lines appear. You know, just basically have a very itchy trigger on the dash button. Then you can dodge most of the stuff this guy can do. Oh god, oh my god. Oops. I was a little bit careless there. Alright, cool. Let's move on to the next level. Okay, I have to admit I actually took a cut. A pretty long one in between me saying I was going to jump in that portal and actually jumping in, but let's go ahead and continue. We're on floor 2 here, and the Earth boss actually, in my opinion, is the hardest one. So this is actually a little bit unlucky for me personally, just because for my playstyle I have the hardest time with the Earthman. I feel like I have a really difficult time getting in with his openings, and I also have a difficult time dodging some of his moves. Well, it seems like to me he gives you a little bit... What was that? The hell? Oh, I didn't see the tell for the launching of those spores. That's one of the tricky things about this game, is that these enemies, you know, if this had been like if this had been, you know, level 1, those rogues would just walk up to you and start to try to whack you. They wouldn't. Wow! Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh my god, I walked into the blob. Jesus. So anyway, those guys would just walk up to you and try to whack you. They wouldn't shoot spells. And so you're like, oh yeah, it's just the guy's gonna just, you know, shoot some spells at me. Or not shoot some spells at me, just he's gonna walk up to me and that's all. But that's not the case. And then these guys, they would not do these, like, leaping... seriously? They would not do the leaping things. And so that, if you were wondering, is, you know, I mean, I think it's a strength of the game, because that's one of the things that makes it so that if you just do, like, a, kiting strategy or a long-range strategy, it's one of the things that makes it tough. Not impossible, but tough, because you really have to... Oh god, oh my god, oh no, oh this is bad. So those shields are gonna reflect stuff. I have to remember that there is a possibility that after this is all over, I'm waiting for the shields to go away, but after this is all over, there will be more things spawning. Oh god, oh my lord. Okay, I'm curious whether this Thundering Chain move gets reflected back at me. It seems like it actually does not get reflected. Ooh, ooh, almost threw an arrow at the shields. That would have been most bad. Okay, we're gonna try to use Fueled Berserk. Here we go. Terrible idea, terrible idea, terrible idea, terrible idea. Alright, great, that was a terrible idea. I was so close to killing them. I was like, hey, you know, let's just practice my melee skills. And then promptly got wrecked. Okay. Okay, now maybe this is a case where I should use Fueled Berserk. Okay, that might have been smart. So you gotta know when to hold them, and you gotta know when to just kite. What is the old country song? Is that a country song? Oh god, did I just insult people by calling that a country song? I apologize if you're insulted. Is this... okay, this is not Relic Shop. I'm looking for the Relic Shop because I desperately need that healing potion. I will go ahead and buy the enhanced version of Bouncing Surge. What is enhanced right now? Not that. Not that. That's enhanced. Oh yeah, that's right, because it goes super fast. That's enhanced because it's my signature. Spear bounces more times and shocks for a longer duration. Yes, please. Okay, we're 55% of the way through. There's 45% left. I gotta just survive. And by the way, you can... oh, there it is. There's the relic store. Okay, so here we go. We got our healing potion. Oh, didn't heal as much as it used to, though, because I've already bought it before. Okay, let's take a look at these things. So we've already talked about the Mirror Shield. The Nerite Shell, I believe that one is a new one. I'm actually looking up in the wiki what it does, because I don't remember. It's very difficult to remember all of these relics. So I'd recommend having... If you go look on Reddit, there's a couple people who posted like cheat sheets where you can type things in and it'll show you what it is. It's easier than going to the wiki and having to control F everything. Ah yeah, the Nerite Shell is an on-hit. It has a 10% chance to slow enemies for a few seconds, or for 1.5 seconds, I guess. This Plaguing Sprite follows you around poison things, and then Super Carrot Cake is actually a good combo piece. What the Super Carrot Cake does is every time you take damage, your maximum health increases. It doesn't heal you, obviously, it just increases your maximum health. Oh, this is a room. Ooh. Okay, so that's interesting. So that move will actually shock them, but you can do that with the shield. So that's another thing about Thundering Chain that's good, is you can use it against shield guys, which do start to become prevalent. Well, actually, I'm not sure if there's always shield guys or if there's only shield guys if the earth floor is third. I'm not 100% certain. But anyway, you're going to probably see some shield guys at some point in your run. So, what? Really? Okay. Well, at least this guy's not jumping over for some reason. So it's good to have a move that you can use in spite of shields. And that's another reason why I do like to take a melee approach to this game. Honestly, I like both approaches. I like going the ranged thing, and I like having, like, you know, kind of a melee wizard ground pounding kind of a game. So I don't know, the commentary during this game is very difficult. I really enjoyed Wanderbots' videos, and again I highly recommend them, but as you'll see when you watch his videos, and as I learned when I was watching them, this is a very difficult game to commentate and play at the same time, because it kind of takes all your concentration. Okay, so we got the Burst Mage, which is, you know, it's a difficult one to not take any damage on. It doesn't maybe have as high of a damage potential as some of the other bosses, and he definitely gives you a lot of openings. but in order to get those openings, you have to clear away all of his stuff, and it can be a little bit difficult to do that without ever getting hit. An additional challenge of this particular boss, oh, seriously, I just got hit by all 5 of those. I just took all 5 to the face. Because there are so many projectiles, you can have a little bit of a tough time if you're going for ranged moves that basically come into contact with projectiles and then fizzle it. For example, the fireball move, if it hits a projectile, it stops. And same for my little, you know, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Same for my little arrow here. What the heck did I just, where did that, oh no, seriously? That just happened. Ah, God, I was so close. I just got swarmed by these things. You know what, maybe I should just officially raise my estimation of the Burst Mage, because I died on him one other time, which I just kind of attributed to, it was actually the beginning of this video, which seems so many moons ago. I attributed that just to the fact that I was like off my game, but maybe he's just hard. It's just hard to avoid all those damn shots. In this particular run, my Thundering Chain was really good, because it actually went through the projectiles, but both my arrow and my signature fireball did not go through projectiles. And then Fueled Berserk, I guess I tried to use it, and bad timing. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.